Hello, dear students of English 3. Welcome to our second Zoom meeting of the class. So it is more than a pleasure for me to have you in our very second Zoom meeting of the class. So I want to welcome to Luis Correa. Luis Correa, can you listen to me? Good afternoon. Luis Correa, can you listen to me? Good afternoon. Okay, anyway, so it means that today we're gonna have our second Zoom meeting of the class. So for today's lesson, we're gonna be working on session 2, and we're gonna try to cover session 3 as much as possible, okay? So we're gonna be based on unit 2, what do you do? In here, we're gonna be talking about the part-time just jobs preferences. As you might know, in the USA, we have different type of jobs. So I consider that it's really important to take a quick look at this vocabulary and then to discuss, okay? Valeska Arana, good afternoon. Valeska, good afternoon. Okay, I do not want to be longer than taking a quick look at our introductory video. You already know that introductory videos are in order to provide us general ideas about the content and activities that we're going to be covering in this session. Okay, thank you very much for having this quick look at the video tutorial or our introductory video, sorry. So it means that for today, we're gonna be working on jobs and occupations vocabulary for you to enhance a little bit more. Also, differences of American work culture, a quick overview. Then you will have a video tutorial related to job and occupations to enhance your vocabulary. And then we're gonna have an infographic about working too much, some other video tutorials for you to get to know it. And then we're gonna have a video about W questions words. Then we're gonna have a practice exercise and at the very end of this session, we're gonna take a look at this evaluated exercise, which is the most important part of this session, right? So for those students who have not uh, click on the following link, you must click on it and then you will be added in the WhatsApp group, okay? Because let's remember that through the WhatsApp group, I'm gonna be sending some important instructions for you to get to know, okay? So this is a very important part of this session. So please take into consideration that advertisement. If you're not in the WhatsApp group, please click on this link to get joined. Okay, so I want to tell you when we talk about jobs and occupations, we do have some differences according to the culture. In this case, you're gonna be learning about vocabulary between jobs and occupations. And here we have four differences of American work culture. So there we have Christina, which is a coach, and she's welcoming to speak English with her. Also, you will learn English or American culture and business, know how to become confident in English. As you might know, in our professional life, you might be working with American people. For those people who have the chance to be a translator, interpreter, then we got to get used to that, right? And that you might be working with American people and you're from a different culture, as Nicaraguan culture. So it means that we as a human being, we have different kind of attitudes about work and will probably meet some unexpected difficulties. I consider this is very common. This is very usual when you get to know a very or a brand new work. So this is totally normal when you work with different cultures, but doesn't have make it less frustrating. I mean, you must ask yourself, why are American like that? And how can we work together better? And don't worry if that's the reason why she had those tips to make it better, right? American individualism, that's one of the main important section to learn about because you will definitely differentiate between how American people they used to work like that, right? And here American culture is found into or individualisms and our common mythology. American heroes are the self-made man, the long cowboy, they do it yourselfer. Okay. So it means that those are very important facts to take into consideration when it comes to the difference between that. It's work, everything from Linus in the office. I consider that this is really important to learn and practice versus theory. What do you think, which is the most important part when you're learning a brand new field, the theory or the practice? Okay, just to argue, to command, to talk about, and to speak up, right? That is our main part of this session. However, and here you're gonna have in a video tutorial related to jobs and occupations. This is this is just focused on vocabulary, so you're gonna have the chance to practice. Vocabulary and learn new words about jobs and occupations. Actor. Artist. Astronaut. An astronaut explores space.
driver. A bus driver drives buses. Taxi driver. A taxi driver drives a taxi. Businessman. A businessman is good at dealing with business. Carpenter. A carpenter makes things for me. Cashier. A cashier takes a board, gives out money. Coach. A coach trains a sports team. A computer programmer.
So I definitely believe this is very important vocabulary to learn about jobs and occupations related to English vocabulary. A baker makes bread and cakes. That is just the occupation. We also have another occupation. So a waiter serves people food and drink. Okay. Just for you to know, then we're gonna be moving on. And in here, you're gonna have another video related to jobs and occupations. So I will definitely say is the same video tutorial. So if you already have it, so let's move on. Okay. In here, we're gonna have an infographic about working too much. So sometimes in the United States, we'll listen very commonly the word workaholic. And workaholic means a person that used to work for so long hours, right? So you're probably working too much, and then that it means that you'll probably be becoming a workaholic. So one of the Americans work 45 hours or more a week, and night that 7 million work more than 60. Americans work 7.8% more hours a year than they did in 1979. Long hours are making us sick, as I was telling you. That means that you will be becoming a workaholic person. 6.5 hours at night, a drop from the 1940s, yet many Republicans say it's not enough hours of work. Can you believe that? So I will definitely say that's too much, right? Even in here in Nicaragua, we're used to work for so long hours, but it's a different culture. It's a completely different culture. However, in the United States, they have the way how to do it. And also in here, you're gonna have a video tutorial related to 1,000 or 100, sorry, kids tell us what they want to be when they grow up. That is related to jobs, occupations.
Think about that. Well, I want to be a teacher when I grow up. Elementary teacher. I like little kids. Basic. A pastor. Doctor. A dental that eats butt. A haircutter. A person who helps in charities. I'm a cashier at Walmart. The author. Chapter books about mythical creatures and animals and things. I want to be a lawyer. Lawyer. Pilot. Pilot. And the dad. A pilot racer dad. Scientist. Scientist. Paleontologist. Mind for dinosaur bones and study them. YouTuber. Movie star. A famous actor. On stage. On TV. On Disney Channel. Or commercials. I'm gonna be a model. A worker. I used to be a policeman. Police officer. A cop. Purchase. Catch bad guys. A super. Batman. I would like to go into the U.S. Army because my grandma, she loved the Army, but she never went into the service. I want to be the African American professional soccer player. I have a shirt on right now. Soccer player. Basketball player. Basketball, football, or soccer player. I do not know. I'm still working on that. Maybe when I grow up, I'll pick. I already have a whole plan. Serve the Air Force for 20 years. Become a businessman. Make my own company for cars. I want to be a Pokemon trainer. I want to work at Target. I want.
Okay, very good. This is a very interesting video tutorial related to what the kids want to be when they grow up. Okay, so I really like this video, and then you can practice the professions. Also in here and our previous or our in our last session of the class, we were talking about the WH questions word. So it means that we have, when we're talking about WH questions word, we refer to open questions. Why open questions? Because we might provide detailed information related to that question. So it means when you have a WH questions words, you might be providing detailed answers to that questions. And when we're talking about WH questions where we have the vocabulary, where, why, how, what, when, and so on. That's the reason why we have this video in English. This is related to grammar. WH questions words. Where we use word to ask for the location or place of a thing or of people. And here we have some examples. Where are the verbs? The verbs are they are in the gauge. Where are the flowers? The flowers, or they are along the river. Where do you live? I live behind the bus stop. It is at the right of the mountain. Where are the ducks? And then we have some other vocabularies, WH questions were related not only about where, but also to another vocabulary W questions were what, and we use what to ask about people, animal, events, and actions. For example, what do you do? What's your name? And so on and so on. Okay. Then at the end of this exercise, we're gonna have and practice exercise to reinforce the previous content that we have been discussing in this session. Okay. So in here we have unscramble the letters to form the names of jobs. For example, in here it's a doctor, engineer, and here teacher, the nurse, barber, pilot, manager. Okay, so we're gonna be trying to guess what is the profession. Police, policeman, chef, and then we have the other one, I'm just trying to get to know this profession, right, that we have in here. Baker, of course. Baker. And then we're just going to continue. At the very end of this session, we're going to have two evaluated exercise. If you notice in here, all of them are correct. At the very end, we're going to have two evaluated exercise. Select the correct answer. And for this, you're going to have two attempts. If you fall on the first one, you're going to make it better in the second attempt. Those are evaluated exercise, right? So in here, I already have my correct answers or answers in this case, sorry. And in here, at the very end, I'm going to have my second evaluated exercise, work and workplaces. Okay, so a carpenter cooks food, fixes car, writes story, builds houses. I will definitely say builds houses. A chef cooks food. Definitely, this will be the right answer. A nurse cares for patients. And then we're going to submit our answers, and then we're going to realize if they are right or wrong. If you notice, all of them are correct answers. So it means, okay, so it means this will be everything for this second session of the class. And if you have any question or any suggestion, please do not hesitate to contact me through the WhatsApp group. In here, in this part, linking part enlaces for those students who were not able to get joined to the Zoom meeting, you just have to click on it, and then we will take you on the YouTube channel to take a recap of the last Zoom meeting that you were not able to attend. Okay. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your participation. It was more, it was more than a pleasure for me to have you in this Zoom meeting. But let me ask, Luis, Valesca, ¿tienen alguna pregunta relacionada a la sesión de clase? ¿Alguna pregunta?
No, yo no, yo de momento voy bastante bien.
Okay.
No sé si Vale tiene.
Valesca, do you have any question? Perdón?
No, ninguna pregunta.
Okay, very good. So please, I know that most of you are taking some other subjects in the Zoom meeting section. However, you must make some space for this subject. Okay, so if you have any question, as I mentioned before, please do not hesitate to contact me through the WhatsApp group. Thank you so much and have a great afternoon. Bye-bye.
Bye.